I'm Sori.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 to Gaye gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village. Facebook.com/Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy merch.
Buy a merch indeed. A child shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. My name is Vincent. We are in the midst of a... is that better for you? We're in the midst, as you can see up there.
We're at the beginning of a Revo stream, you guys.
The great
1973,
Revo.
Bitches. We're just starting that out. This is part 3.
Great Revo has returned.
He has.
Part trace.
So yeah, we've got a full mega stream again tonight. 8 songs. So sit back, relax, get your popcorn, get your drinks, whatever it is. I'm drinking some Starbucks here. A little bit of espresso in there. I put a shot of espresso in yours as well, sir.
Oh, it's good.
Hopefully that helped you.
No rest for the fucking wicked, that's for sure.
What about you know how we have that other computer? They said they still have your other login on that side.
What other computer?
The computer that the kids are using. They still have your login. I asked. So maybe if they log in, they might be able to get into that.
Which computer was that?
That was your other one.
Yeah, we can deal with that. We can deal with that later.
But anyway,
all right, you beautiful people, here we go.
Over there. All right.
The moment has arrived.
Okay, and you got Trello up there so we can read that.
I do have Trello up. I do have Trello up.
Don't even start that.
What? Don't start what?
I can just hear them. You know, they hear us start, so then they're like, oh, let's also start.
Stop, Reza. Whatever Reza did, you gotta stop, Reza, whatever it is you're doing. All right, ladies and gents, here we go. The moment has arrived. Ben Bear says that I look good. Finally, somebody compliments me on my wonderful,
this amazing
wonderful.
And the guy was extremely symmetrical. I love it. Looks amazing.
Okay, we got a little bit of an echo here. I think that's because I turned that volume up all the way good, and it's still doing so good that it's starting to echo off into this mic. Good God. Let me know if there's still an echo. All right, guys. Song number 1.
The phone is crooked, and it makes it look like the picture is crooked behind it.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't
Is
know
that
you
good?
cared.
I do care.
Hello from St. Petersburg, Florida. Whoa, you're all the way in St. Petersburg.
Oh my
Gang
goodness.
shit. Hope you guys are doing okay.
Yeah. Are you close to St. Pete? That was where the big...
Dude, literally just said St.
I actually
Petersburg,
thought
Florida.
that St. Pete was different than St. Petersburg. Honest to God, I did. I didn't realize it was the same thing. Okay? I mean, do I live
All right,
there?
here we go. Revo song. Revo song. It's 1973 is the theme.
Okay, and he probably definitely has something for us to read. So Wings is the name of the band.
Wings is the name of the band. Boy, if our boy Dwayne was here, he'd be raised in heaven right now. Wings is the name of the band, song number 1.
And the name of the song is Live and Let Die.
Here's part 3 of the 1973, and tomorrow will be part 4. So stay tuned. We may have another mega stream tomorrow.
Right.
Don't touch that dial. I plan on trying to keep these streams in line with 50 years ago. This and the next stream will go from June to late August of 1973. So this will literally get us to late August. That's insane, which is where we are. To catch up to what was going on in the U.S., Watergate hearings had started with 85% of Americans turning into at least one broadcast of it. The music industry had been hit with the bombshell of Clive Davis leaving Columbia Records for misuse of funds due to personal use. There were rumors published by magazines like Rolling Stones that the FBI was investigating him for payola with drugs and prostitute, but doing nothing of the sort was ever confirmed. Keep going.
Today we will start with Paul McCartney's solo band Wings. Baby did it to me again.
I know, but what? I just had to... Happy birthday to little bro.
Yes,
to little bro. That's my boy.
I saw that as well.
That's
Happy
my boy.
Birthday.
That's my boy. You know, I had to take some time off, show some love to the homie. You know how that goes.
I do.
All right,
we show the love, babe.
We continue.
Bring the intro back. Okay. Today we will start with Paul McCartney's solo band Wings. Paul McCartney got together this band with his wife. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Yes.
Okay.
I actually hadn't pieced it together in my head.
I was about to say with his wife Yoko Ono, but that was Homeboy.
Oh my gosh.
Continue.
Read. Okay, this band with his wife Linda, who also shares songwriting credit on this song. Oh, that's so cute. The year before, but wasn't having much success. That's so sad. Their debut song was Give Ireland Back to the Irish, which was immediately banned by the BBC due to the explicit political nature of the song. Their subsequent songs didn't do so good either. The producers of the James Bond film Live and Let Die, adapted from the Ian Fleming book, approached Paul McCartney about writing the title song for the film. Originally, they wanted him to write the song, but someone else to perform it, to which Paul McCartney insisted that he had to perform it. It became, up to this point, the most successful Bond film song as it reached number 9 in the UK and number 2 in the US. It was released by Apple Records. Okay.
All right. There you go. That's a nice intro for y'all. You guys know how it goes down when Revo goes down. You're not only gonna get the great classics, you're also gonna get an education, dear listener. That's what we about. Exactly. By the way, shout out to Ghost DJ. Never heard of him before, but he's the Ghost DJ of the Dead. My tracks burn the graveyard at night. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little cheesy, but I'll give you A for effort. All right, here we go. Song number 1, Wings, Live and Let Die, which is supposed to be a James. I haven't seen a James Bond movie in quite some time. Here we go. Live and Let Die. Song number 1. Let's do it. Okay. Do you hear anything?
I don't. Just here it goes.
Okay, we're in good shape.
Young and your heart was an open book. You used to say, live and let live.
Doesn't sound like a Bond song.
But if this ever-changing world in which we live in makes you give in and cry, say live and let die. Live and let die.
Okay.
Live and
James
let
Bond.
die.
Big now.
Live and let die.
Video game.
Yo, this sounds familiar, bro.
Yeah, it does.
I used to do when I was a kid. I used to get shit. The action sequences.
What does it matter to you?
Whoa.
When you got a job to do, you gotta do it well. But if this ever-changing world in which we live in makes you give in a cry, say live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let die.
Can I go back fast?
What is happening on that stage?
Just all blew up, man. This is James Bond. What you on? What did you think was going to occur?
It looked like there was an explosion, but I don't know. It was surprising. Okay, live and let die.
Live and let die.
Live and let die. Okay.
Whoa.
Oh wow, that's pretty crazy. We look kind of cool.
It's all cool.
Yeah,
it's all
we look
weird.
like
A little too exaggerated. Keep going. Go ahead.
Anyway, what a weird
Live and
song,
let die.
right? Like
Why?
it had so many different transitions to it. Like the way
I
it
didn't think it
started,
was
then
that
it
weird.
went, then it went heavy, and then it sounded like a song that a man would make with his wife, and then it sounded like there was just a few different transitions I thought to it. There was like some sweet sounding stuff, and then it got like
See, I was trying to get the lyrics to this joint, and all I'm seeing is Guns N' Roses. But then the Revo told me that
yeah, it doesn't
Guns
matter.
N'
They did
Roses
a cover.
did a cover. So
That's interesting.
Why.
That's the only one that you're seeing.
All right.
Reza, stop doing that.
Yeah, I
Lay down,
agree.
please. Just lay
I
down.
agree. I really couldn't figure out if, like, this was like a girl song, you know, you with your girl, you know, you're young and hard, open book, and then it went
Oh
somewhere else.
yeah, that's right. That was the beginning.
And the other thing, too, about the song, gosh, it's a different thing every night they start. Because once I figure out a
It's
rhythm,
cute seeing you sit like this.
once I figure out a rhythm in one place, there's a rhythm somewhere else.
Yeah, I get
We
you.
got a hard life.
Yeah, it's so hard.
It's a very difficult life. You know, I just sit here acting like a bitch. I was waiting for Sori to come back with my brand new state-of-the-art 1 terabyte iPhone
Okay,
that I
guys-
can't be grateful about because I'm angry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Guys, seriously,
Just talking about how spoiled
I
Americans
just
are.
need to say what is it, planned obsolescence? Is that the word?
Yeah.
My phone died less than a month ago. Just like the screen like flickered and then went out. And today, boom, all of a sudden his phone did.
I knew that shit was going to happen.
I feel like that was definitely planned by Apple.
The other
Okay.
thing, well, I mean,
That's what I think.
I beat the shit out of my phones, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I don't beat the shit out of my phones. I take care of my phones from my
Yeah,
vantage
I
point,
don't
and
understand
ours died
how
at the same
yours. I
time,
don't understand.
basically.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it was planned. And like I feel like because the iPhone 15 is coming out, so Apple's like, yo, we gotta sell the 14s. We have too many hanging around. That's what I think. That's what I feel like happened. And you can't convince me otherwise, babe. You know how I am.
I mean, when we had phones back in the day, it's not like they lasted for eternity, you know. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I had an interesting conversation with the Verizon guy because he agreed also. He was like, yeah, he's like, it is. He's like, well, I mean,
The
they've been known.
great salesperson's going to agree with anything and everything you say until you, especially you. Can we actually get into the song?
Okay, pull up the lyrics. Oh, you have them.
I
When you were
understand
young-
kind of what you're trying to do with the microphone, I guess. Go ahead. There are lyrics
Well,
right there.
we can only have it in front of one of us, and I think that your voice outstrips mine, so it should be in front of me.
I mean, that's not really true.
That
I
was
mean,
my
all you have
logic.
to do is move that little ottoman thing a little
Oh.
bit closer here.
So I didn't think of that. I thought it
That's
was.
you. There's only 2 options.
That's all I thought there was.
Somebody has to get screwed. There's only 2 options. There's only
And
2 ways
you know
to
what?
ever solve any
Right.
problem.
There's only 2 ways, and I can't get screwed in this situation. I need the mic in front of me.
yeah.
People need
yeah.
to hear what I have to say. Okay, the beginning was a little bit sad. It says when you're young and your heart.
Was an open book.
Yeah,
You used to say live and let live.
yeah. But
Yes,
now
you
it's,
did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Or you know you did.
You know you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if this ever-changing world in which we live in makes you give in and cry, What's this thing? I'm telling you, this thing is possessed.
Makes you give it and cry, say live and let die, live and let die. That's a really, again, very simple, but I love the rhyme scheme. I love the bisyllabic rhyme scheme. See what it says right there? And it's a little bit of accentation too. It says, makes you give it and cry, say live and let die.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's kind of loosely rhymed.
Yeah. So basically we're talking about someone that over time got jaded because of whatever situations. Like when they're young, they're ready to be like, oh, you know, live and let live and all of this lovey-dovey hoorah. But then after life actually... this is the thing, though. Everybody is going to experience stuff that's going to be tragic. And obviously, I'm not talking about extreme situations that like completely traumatize a person.
Right.
But the more that I'm practicing this, the more I find like the utility in it. That you look at a situation and you can decide how you're going to let it affect you and what you're going to learn from it. And for me, that's been helping me like a ton. I mean, even in this situation tonight, like I know that part of your frustration was because of the computer issue that we have, which was my fault. I multitasked and then something got broken because I was multitasking. And we've been over this. I'm not good at multitasking, so I shouldn't have been doing that, but I still went ahead and did it. And so now we're in a situation because of that. Now, normally I would be so stressed out by the fact that I'm part of the reason that I end up getting angry at you because I don't want you angry at me. But in this situation, I was just like, I can't run back to the past by X amount of months and not do what I did. It's been done. So the only thing that I can, if I look at the situation and I say, okay, Vin is super frustrated right now and I am part of the cause of that because I multitasked, then the next time I go to multitask on something, you know, with devices so important, I'm going to think twice about it because of stuff like this, rather than just being like, just like stressing out and then getting, it's true, right? I usually would get angry at you in a situation instead of realizing where my culpability is in the situation. So yeah, I think that it's helpful.
It's a pretty convenient sort of eventuality for you. You ended up getting to be the angry one. And then I'd be like, oh no, like what's going on?
You never acted like you were like, oh no.
Oh yeah, obviously I'm not gonna give you that. Huh?
Well, like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, what now? How are you? Usually, like, how are you the upset one?
Yeah. So I mean, here you have it. Like to me, that's kind of like what it was. Like everybody probably is going to experience a broken heart to varying degrees, but are you going to let it destroy you, or are I can look at all the ways in which my past relationship failed that was his fault, and like I could have a whole room on my side based off the information.
Yeah.
I could have a whole room based on, but I'm not a perfect person, and recognizing my faults and my flaws to say, oh wait, actually, it was his fault that this and this happened, but I was doing this and that probably was whatever. And then, bringing that into this relationship and saying, okay, I don't want to repeat that here. So all I'm saying is when you have these situations, like you can get to that, like live and let die situation now because you've become so pessimistic because of what has happened to you. But if you learn something from the situation,
well, the phrase originally is live and let live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which essentially
do your thing
means,
and let other people do theirs.
Right. Which, in my sort of running grievance over the loss of the 90s, that was sort of the idea. Like it was a cool moment. I was able to hang out with my older brother, who's legendary.
It was wonderful. Honestly, you looked as happy to be with him as you did when you were backstage with Korn.
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely like that. It was good to be able to put eyes on him, see that he was safe, make sure he was in good shape, Yeah. So, make sure I could still beat him up, because that's important.
Were you worried at first?
It's funny considering the song we're listening to too. It's
yeah.
Considering our family, but yeah, like live and let live. That's how it used to be. like he's talking about like this is kind of like your youth, and then you grow old and jaded, and then you start to say live and let die once you've ran into a couple things. But like this could also be true of like a country as a whole. And I definitely feel like I almost like feel bad for millennials because they'll almost never like there's some really cool things about like being young now, obviously, social media, all that shit. You could dilly-dally on SoundCloud and become a rap star or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, we saw one of them in the hotel. I remember last week, the white dude with the chain and the do-rag and all.
Honestly, guys, I didn't believe it. Vinny was the one that pieced together that, like, there was... Because, like, apparently the bag that he was carrying was worth, like, thousands of dollars or something. I don't know anything about bags.
Yeah.
So, to me, he just looked like... You ever saw Napoleon Dynamite when the brother gets at that, Shavonda or whatever her name is? Shalankwa, whatever. That one. What the brother looks like is what this kid looked like sitting in the lobby.
Probably Sarah or some
No,
shit.
It wasn't. It was...
You got to call her Shaquanda because
it was
you're racist
something
ass.
like that. It was
Let them all know how
Felicia,
racist you are, Soraya.
Something. I'm married to you, babe. I think that, I do have problems, but that's not one of them anymore.
So, like, if he was saying this, like, back in, like, the 60s or 70s.
Yeah.
Like, if the world was crazy enough to get him jaded in the 70s, subhanAllah. Like, think about now.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
crazy.
It doesn't, the 70s, 2023, it doesn't really matter. Like, you're going to go through shit either way. And so it's, what are you going to do
I
with
do
it?
feel bad about millennials, though, like, not being able to, like, exist in a culture where people would, like, openly make fun of each other. Like, I know it's not, like, like our LGBT friends, we're not having fun at the time. You know what I'm saying? But, like, there's shit, like, you can't say about black people now that I used to think was funny when I'd watch it on TV. You see what I'm saying? Like, shit was funny. But, like, I don't know, like, the way the world is now, like, it's definitely a live and let die world right now. Like, that's one of the biggest things that's
oh, man.
that I see as a simultaneous positive and negative development as to where the Western mind is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, the advantage of growing up in the 90s was kind of like, you got to make fun of stuff, you were irreverent, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool, and, like, all the censorship was coming from the adults. Like, our moms and dads, people who were looking at the parental advisory warning on the CD. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were all the people that were pro censorship were on one side, and then it was like us young people on the other side. It was like, oh, you guys are cheese. You guys don't like Marilyn Manson. Blah blah blah. You're freaked out by Marilyn Manson. We're all gonna get Marilyn Manson shirts. You know what I mean? Like, it was so fun. But now, like, the adults are like trying to be cool with kids. So, like, whatever the kids are upset about now, the adults are upset about. Like, there's no identity. Like, yo, like, let's cause some trouble. Let's, live and let. No, it's all like, now you got adults and kids, like, wanting to censor another group of adults and kids. And it's just like, what's going on? Like, you get all these teachers with, tattoos and shit because they're, like, our age now. So, like, Miss Higgelbaum is no longer the nice lady in the dress and the little apple on her
Times
desk.
have changed.
Now it's, Shaniqua with freaking 5 colors in her head, walking around trying to brainwash the kid into whatever ideology she supports or whatever. Shout out to Shaniqua. But, like, we need a battery.
Oh, shoot. I thought we already plugged in.
But yeah, man, like, I'm a big fan of this song. This Mcartney guy, I feel bad that Dwayne's not here, but this Mcartney guy, like, he can write his ass off. Like, this is like the 5th time I've run into a song that he's written where he's saying really simple shit, but it's pretty significant. Like that shift from live and let live to live and let die is, it's a very subtle song lyrically. There's not a lot there.
Yeah.
But, like, the truth that it's tapping into is massively, massively important.
So when he ended it, but if this ever-changing world in which we live in makes you give and
give
cry.
it and cry, say live and let die, live and let die.
Oh, so he's getting, like, he comes to a give-up point then at the end.
Well,
Like,
Yeah,
it's going
I
to
mean-
make you cry. Just know you got to just live and let people die. Like,
Yeah, live and let die is a sort of like a head nod to nihilism to a degree.
for
like,
sure. That's exactly what it sounded like to me.
You know, it's like instead of live and let live, like everybody's like doing their thing as long as you get to live or okay. Those aren't the rules anymore. Now it's like, if you don't believe in my ideology, I wish you were dead. And people genuinely now are like looking across the aisle and literally want their opponents dead. Like literally.
Yeah, hang
And like
Mike
these
Pence. That's
hang
what
Mike
they said.
Pence. Yeah, I remember when Ginsburg died, all the right wingers were celebrating
Yeah.
because everybody knew that, you know, Shorty was coming to fill her shoes and she was pro-life or whatnot. And then when Scalia died, all my LGBT friends were like openly celebrating on Facebook and Twitter. It's like, yo, it's just weird, bro. Like, but that's where we are. Like, people are now
sometimes
like, you used to be embarrassed to like publicly wish death on someone. Aside from like,
we used to have the Coliseum or whatever it's called, whatever you call that.
right,
The Coliseum or the Coliseum.
Coliseum, yeah.
Yeah, they used to have that, and they would kill people right up in there. So like, you look at it and you're like, wow, things have gotten so much worse. But like, have they? Like, you know, you load up your kids and bring them down there to watch a. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, like that was crazy.
I know.
So maybe it's worse now. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's better because, you know. Although I think it was crazy that they were saying we're gonna hang Mike Pence. Like if they would have found him, like would they have actually?
They would have absolutely.
It sounds like they would have. That's
They would've
pretty.
hurt,
That's
bro.
really insane.
They would have hurt, bro, for sure. Because, like I said, while January 6th was happening, I had one of these true believers on the phone with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the days building up and after, like this person was completely. They were convinced they were going to walk out with Pelosi and all these people in cuffs. It was crazy. It was insane to behold. And to this day, even though they were completely wrong about their prognostications, it hasn't changed the thing. They're just like, yep, I was wrong on the timing. That's it. It's like, wow, dude.
Yeah, I think that people are too
It's-
busy trying to like qualify their rightness than they are trying to make
Well,
sure that they are
if
100% with the truth or
if-
as close to the truth as you can be.
If this person, like, they're never going to go outside and do anything like remotely close to that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's a bit of an annoyance, but it's not something I'm really worried about because, like, just on a practical level, they can't do anything, like, seriously to themselves or the surrounding environment. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, shit is weird. It's very, very weird. I know the
Yeah, I mean,
stream's
I
choppy.
think that-
Hopefully, it'll get out of this little dead spot soon, inshallah.
Yeah, I think I was gonna say I was jumping on what you were saying about that, but I don't remember where I was gonna go with it.
But yeah, like shout out to Mr. McCartney. Yeah, I don't know how much Dwayne's gonna like this because Dwayne's more like a John guy, but I feel like this guy was the highest talent in the band, lyrically anyway. And it just seems to me like he just sits down and writes down real significant shit in like 5-6 minutes. Because like I said, this wasn't a very lyrical song, but it was still it still hit you.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you give it?
I gave this one an 8.4.
You gave it an 8.4.
I did.
Wow.
It just wasn't really like, you know, like I said, the transition of the song, like it made a couple of different switches. I wasn't really sure what was going on. And the song was relatively short for, in my opinion, that level of confusion. Maybe I would need to listen to the song again.
Confusion?
Yeah, like I said, it didn't, like, to
Seemed
me,
like a
the
pretty
different...
straightforward song to me.
No. The different parts, they didn't sound like they were all the same song. It sounded like it was a bunch of... It sounded like he had, like, 4 different songs that he was like, let me use all those parts. That's how I experienced it. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot guarantee a positive review.
All right.
Although an 8.4 is still a very positive review.
8.4 is still a very positive.
What do you give it?
8.8.
Okay, then my number wasn't crazy as
It was a little
as
short.
you made it look.
It was a little short, and it was a little. I wish there was more lyrics, but what he said was massively significant. Like,
I mean-
I'm saying I want more lyrics, but like, if I bought this record, I would be satisfied with the lyrical output. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I knew I was going to get to listen to it 20 more times today, then I'd be cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not. I only get to listen to it once. So, like, the rhythm and the melody, I loved it. I loved the whole song. I just wish there was a little bit more of it. And I wish the concept was explored a little bit more. But, you know, sometimes all you need is that simplicity. So,
Well, there you have it.
there you go. All right.
So what are you giving it?
I gave it an 8.8. Is there anything else you need to know?
I do, but I'll ask you off camera.
Okay. Well, having said that, dear listener, we will check you on the other side of the break. Inshallah. Vid out.
Sori out.
Gone. I'm Vin.
I'm sorry.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at itsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull
You
that off.
can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee,
Can't
a
guarantee
positive
you a
review.
positive review.
Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 to Gaye gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord,
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
and they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy merch.
that was probably for the best.
I agree.
I agree. That was probably for the best.
I agree. After your performance from a couple days ago.
No offio. No offio. All right, here we go. Song number 2. That was terrible. That's why I always got to have the comment section up. I need to stop look. See, I've like in the last couple days, I've been like looking at you directly when, like, you know, we're talking, but it makes it so that I'm not looking at the comment section. So I will stop doing that. Speaking of which,
stop looking at me directly.
Talk to the people because.
All right, so Vinny is going to be bringing up the set list for tonight.
You're offline.
Song number 2. What?
I think it's telling me I'm offline, but I'm not. I'm not offline. Damn it. Talk to the people though.
Okay, so song number 2 is going to be, well, I don't know yet. Vinny's going to bring that up. But in the meantime, let me tell you about my day. Oh, wait. It's another day I can't talk to you about. Except for Vinny's phone dying. Huh? What's that?
What do you mean you can't talk about your day?
Because there's a million things I can't say about my day.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It was an exciting day. And
we went where?
We went to bet.
What are you talking about?
I'm speaking in code. We went to bet, and I believe we're going to hit ourselves a home run, but it's just going to take a little bit of time. But in the meantime,
yeah, we sent a round down range.
Yeah,
they called it.
Pew, pew. Anyway,
this website is frozen, y'all. Give me a second.
But we're still live with you guys. Well, a random Ask Me Anything. If you have anything to ask, now's the time. And then we will read you the intro for that other one. But in the meantime, it's hard without the comment section. What I should do is I should get a book, like the Kabbalah or something, and then start reading it to you guys every time we get in these situations. We'll be like, and a continuation on our on our book reading. We'll have a book club every time our internet is trash. What book would you guys want to start with first?
I'll tell you what. Anytime like I'm really angry, like that joke you made about the phone, like really made me like literally changed my mood for the rest of the day.
I don't know which joke I made about the phone. That's the thing.
Whatever it wasn't funny. It was so frustrating.
In the car?
Oh my God, this one. All right, guys. Marvin Gaye is song number 2. I think we've returned. I think we're back.
Okay, guys.
Thank you guys so much for your patience. To the 6 people we lost, this is kind of your guys' fault. To be honest with you. You're to blame. All right. Song number 2.
So
by
my phone.
A guy named Marvin Gaye. You might have heard of him before.
I'm going to tell you guys that story the next time we have some tech issues, but I do have. Remind me what Vinny just said. The very annoying thing I said about the phone, because I feel that the people will enjoy what I said. They're going to think it's funny, and they're going to think it's fair too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll agree with you. We've had a long history on this channel. I can pretty much predict how people are gonna.
That's because it's common sense. Okay, so are you still pulling it up?
Remember back in the day when like all them white knights? Oh, poor Sori, poor Sori.
Yeah, they all returned to me.
Somebody, yeah,
they came back in that video.
Yeah. All the white knights,
whatever.
Yeah, it's like 100. I guarantee you, 100%. It's all a bunch of white dudes. Oh, he's abusing Sori. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's abusing Sori. One of them jumped on like, have you stopped abusing your wife yet? And 275 was like, the fuck are you talking about? They're like, Vin, he disagreed with a white woman a couple days ago. And they're still trying to recover. Shout out to all the white knights out there in the comment section. All right, speaking of which, here's a classic from Marvin Gaye. It was the title track for the album, Let's Get It On, released by Tamla Records, a subsidiary of Motown Records. This album sees Marvin Gaye celebrating sexual liberation in its lyrics, as he also adds funk music into his palette. Perhaps he saw how those British glam artists like T-Rex was singing, his own Get It On that Marvin Gaye thought he should get on the sexual liberation fuck train. The song made Marvin Gaye a sex figure, as before this, he was more known for his hits like Heard It Through the Grapevine, Ain't Nothing High Enough, and What's Going On. That didn't have much sexual energy to them. The song was originally conceived by producer Ed Townsend about him coming out of rehab and having a religious experience as a result. Gaye confidant Kenneth Stover changed the lyrics to make it a subtle political statement, which is the lyrics that were recorded by Gaye. Producer Townsend said that the song is about love and sex. The song reached #1 in the United States. Well, imagine that. Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On. Shout out to DJ REVO. And shout out to all you wonderful... Oh, my God. Dwayne, I'm sorry. You know what, Dwayne? I almost suggested a switch in the listening thingy for you. But the fact of the matter is, you did show up late. So it's kind of your fault.
Right. It's not us.
All right, here we go.
Lucky for you, it's been recorded.
Raise up. Please be quiet. Okay, somebody said Amy's claiming that she's muted, but I didn't mute anything. No.
Or she's saying to mute it?
We're not muted. We're in good shape.
She doesn't want to hear about what's happened to poor Dwayne.
Mute for me. Okay, mute for me because she doesn't want to go. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Here we go. Marvin Gaye, hopefully, Let's Get It On. And again, guys, I understand it's a little chippery. We're doing our best to solve the problem. Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On. Let's do it. You can do that little Ask Me Anything now because we're literally...
Yo, James. Good.
What happened?
He's like 5 months in the hospital, stage 3. I think it's with esophagus cancer from burn pit exposure in Iraq. You two are truly a godsend. I'm sick because of my government secrets. See what he did there?
Yeah, real shit. Shout out to my homie.
Yep.
Thank you for your sacrifice, my bro.
Yeah.
Damn. What a disaster. All right, here we go. Well, you can do something with Marvin Gaye.
All right, so it's time to talk. It's time to tell my story, my phone story. Okay, so my phone starts on the blink, and then all of a sudden it dies. Like within 20 minutes after it started acting weird, it was completely gone. I thought that I actually like somebody had hacked into my phone or something because it started opening up files. It was acting all crazy. I was like, what is happening? Anyway, long story short, I have to get a new phone. So I'm like, okay, the iPhone 14 is the next most recent one. It's going to have a really great camera, so it's going to improve our recording, blah, 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 blah. So I get the phone. I'm very happy with my new phone. I'm loving every second of it. Then he's got it in his hands. He's enjoying it somewhat too. Well, he decides that I was like, you should get yourself, a new phone. Maybe you're ready for an upgrade as well. And he's like, well, I'm not going to get one yet. I'm going to wait for the iPhone 15. But he basically was, in my opinion, he was putting it in my face that I got stuck with the 14 because my phone died. And that he was going to have the wonderful 15. So we're in the car and randomly his phone starts flickering. He's in a great spirits. He's listening to all kinds of great music. We're going back and forth, whatever. And then all of a sudden his phone starts blinking. So, I'm in high spirits. I'm in a good mood. And so, of course, I started in with the joking. That's when I'm pretty sure I brought up at that point that he was also going to be stuck with a 14 just like me. And that Apple planned the whole thing. And he did not want to hear that at that moment. It was too frustrating. But I think that he might end up with a 15, but it's unlikely. I think you're going to get stuck with a 14 with me. But who says stuck with a 14? The 14 is an amazing phone. But it's when you're that close to the 15 coming out, it'd be cool to have the newest one, but whatever. I wonder if we should try...
Can you talk to the people?
Well, I'm wondering if I should go see if we can, if we should go and try to...
I tried to explain to you that we already have that.
Oh, you're sure we are? Okay.
I went down there and verified.
Oh,
right?
you did. That's what I was saying we should probably do. I didn't have that information. Okay.
I'm gonna restart this thing, guys. See if we can get the chickiness out of it. Make any fucking sense, man. We'll be back, guys.